Hey everyone, welcome to Feelings with the Geekiary. I'm Erin. I am here with my fellow hosts, Vaughn and Tara. We're fans, we have feelings, and this is where we webcast about them.
Friendly reminder that this is also a podcast, which is being updated. So please subscribe to us on iTunes so you don't miss any of our feelings. And if you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember that this is recorded live, so we're not exactly sure what's going to happen. So please forgive us any technical difficulties or what we're still calling accidental swears. You can join the conversation with hashtag Geekiary feelings. Come on, how will we know we're wrong if you don't tell us?
All right. We'd like to remind you that all of the views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the Geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole. I'm still waiting for somebody to actually, like somebody else from the website to actually ever disagree with us.
I'm sure they do, but we're quite loud. So
I mean, I don't know. I'd say I'd be scared of me, but I wouldn't because I am me.
I'm slightly scared of me and I am me, so I think it works. Okay, so we've got the Patreon, so please do that. It's patreon.com/thegeekiary. There's cool perks. Just join up because you need to pay people if they've got good things, and we do have good things, so join us. And on to the best topic of discussion, hashtag Hairgate.
We're still doing this, man. Still doing it.
Well, we do actually have stuff to talk about with Game of Thrones now, don't we? I mean,
yeah, sort of. I mean, there's been trailers and stuff.
How's his hair looking in the trailers? I don't know. I didn't really pay any attention.
I mean, I'm just gonna read what I wrote in the notes here because I don't know whether to laugh or cry about the rumors about what's going to happen on Game of Thrones this season. But one thing is for sure, there's no evidence that Jon Snow will cut his hair.
You know, they say there's no evidence, but, you know, it could happen. It could happen. Like, I mean, I'm not entirely sure he's ever come back to life. So,
I mean, yeah, to be fair, I will say this much. They have been, I feel like all the pictures and trailer clips and stuff that have been released, any picture or trailer clip that actually shows things has clearly been from the first couple, maybe 3 episodes of the season. There's surely stuff in there that's from later, but it's I think it's kind of consequential stuff. There's so many rumors flying around. There really are, but I think they're keeping they've kept things pretty close. I mean, have they even said like what the episode names are going to be?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I have not been keeping up to date, I will admit, with Game of Thrones stuff.
Neither have I.
I mean, I'm going to watch it, and like I'm going to watch it every week, and I'm still kind of invested in it. But I'm going to be real. Like, if something happens to Sansa and she dies, then that's pretty much it for me.
There's actually some pretty, for Game of Thrones, pretty positive rumors going around regarding Sansa. So I'm not super worried about her right now. If they do something, I'm going to be pissed. But
that in itself is worrying. Like, the fact that they're not worrying me is like, well, why are they not telling me that she's going to die? Like,
true.
Does that mean she's going to die? Like, is it a double bluff? Like, I don't know. I care about Sansa a lot more than I care about Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They don't really have that many characters left to kill off. Like, everyone died at the end of last season.
A lot of people died. Yeah, well, a lot of people die all through.
A lot of people.
Bring new people in. It's fine.
Yeah, in the second to last season. I mean, they are bringing Euron Greyjoy back. I was really hoping that they had just forgotten about him. But
yeah, because like that's what everyone really wants to know about.
Did he get his ships built?
It's taken him a while. Let's be real.
I mean, not compared to how many ships he said he was going to build. Like he was pretty much, he was trumping it with those ships. Those ships are like they're his wall.
They're the wall. Yeah. You're gonna build all of these ships. And it's like, are you really though? Who's building these ships? Are you? You know, dream big. I say, dream big. Why not? Sure, anything's possible.
Sure, you're on. Oh, I did see something, like an article where they said that he was going to be worse than Ramsey. Like the writers or creators or someone was saying that, and I was like,
I don't think that's whatever. Just
I think it was the actor that said that.
oh,
Actually.
okay, that's
so.
Yeah,
That's really subjective. I mean,
actors talk themselves up all the time. They're always like, my character is this, and it's the best ever or the worst ever, and you're just like, you don't know anything.
Well, I guess we'll find out in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
right?
Exciting.
It's the Sunday before Comic-Con. So
I know. It's hype. It's going to be exciting. You guys will go to Comic-Con and be able to talk about it, and I'll be in Australia where it's cold.
Well, by the time, I mean, that way when we have our end of July webcast, we'll have 2 episodes to talk about. So,
and Jon Snow may have cut his hair. We don't know.
Yeah. Or he just may have just completely embraced the man bun, and that's all we'll ever see.
Oh wow, yeah. So any other news?
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Any other news?
I don't know. You know, check out, as we always say, check out the news page on the website. I looked through what we had because it's been a while since I had anything to share for news. But Fareed, one of our writers, and I don't think he's an admin, but he's he's up there in the ranks. Fareed had a really great interview with Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Power Ranger. I can't talk.
I read that. That was good.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And I don't know, for people who are still playing Pokemon Go, like, I still do it. I'm not super serious about it, but it's fun sometimes. They did this huge gym update, and so now you can do like raid battles. I don't know, like there's a raid scheduled at a gym, at a Pokemon gym, and you go to it and you fight like a boss monster basically. So it's actually kind of nice because it's a lot, you can fight against the boss monster with people from other teams. So it's a lot less like Mystic versus Valor or Mystic versus Instinct or whatever. It's a little more community oriented, and they're doing a big event in Chicago later this month. I actually think it's the Saturday or Sunday of San Diego Comic-Con weekend, and they like sold out a hotel. Like they got a hotel and they like booked, a huge room block. They sold out that block and they ended up selling out, I'm pretty sure, the entire hotel in downtown Chicago for this event. So I didn't realize there were still that many people that were that into playing Pokemon Go, but hey, cool.
It's cool. It's nice. It gets people out and about, gets people like engaging with each other. I am a big advocate for Pokemon Go.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a huge, like, personal like help for me last summer when it first came out. Obviously, like I said, it's my interest in it is not as like big as it used to be, but like whatever, I still have fun. Like if I'm out and about and there's like a park or something nearby that has a bunch of stops, like I'll stop by there and like walk around. For me, that's kind of no big deal because I run 4 miles every morning, but it's still, it keeps me, for someone who like works from home, it does keep me out of the house longer, which is nice.
Nice. Yeah. Well, for me, obviously the big news was that Harry Potter turned 20.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
It was very exciting. What did you think about the little Facebook thing?
Oh, that was
where
fun.
You could like click
make spells.
Like, yes.
I am wearing, you can't see it, I'm wearing a Hufflepuff Quidditch shirt.
I'm wearing my Ravenclaw shirt, so
it says team beater Hufflepuff, And also there's like, did you guys see that Time Magazine did like a sorting quiz? And to be honest, it was it wasn't like the ultimate Harry Potter sorting quiz, but
yeah, I did it.
They had like a demographic thing where you could put where you were from if you so chose. And again, like the results of that are obviously going to be skewed because they like certain types of people are more likely to put in their information than others, et cetera, et cetera. But they did a map of the United States, and said like which house was most prevalent in that state. So like California and Nevada are like Gryffindors. It's weird because California, Nevada, Colorado, Oklahoma, and Maine are the only purely Gryffindor states.
Wow.
On this map. Vermont is an equal mix of Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, which to me is like hilariously perfect. Being from New England, I don't know if you guys know anything about Vermont, but that's like so it fits. And South Carolina, where I used to live, was Hufflepuff. So I was like, no wonder I loved living there so much. And Erin, I'm trying to find I don't know where your state is located. I know you're in Iowa, but I don't know. You're Hufflepuff. Your
somewhere
state.
in the middle. I don't know where
exactly.
any of the states are.
Iowa was like strongly Hufflepuff. And had like a super, I know you're not, but it had like a super negative Gryffindor. Like it was like really Hufflepuff, a little bit of Slytherin, not so much Ravenclaw, and like no Gryffindors.
That really does not surprise me.
Yeah.
So
no one's very brave
and not surprisingly, like Virginia, near DC was equally Ravenclaw and Slytherin. Also Slytherin. Every like Texas is Slytherin. Okay. Texas is Slytherin. So not surprising. Florida was Slytherin. I mean, I live here, but whatever. So I think if I loved Florida and found out it was Slytherin, I'd be upset, but anyway, I thought that was really cool. That they'd actually, use those demographics for something. Like Time Magazine did this. That's really cool.
Yeah. So. Well, everyone needs to know where their house is best suited. I mean, I judge people based on what Harry Potter house they are. And if they can't answer, then I don't be friends with them. Like, what Harry Potter house are you? And they're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, well, this conversation's over, isn't it?
See, I just make them take the quiz. Even if they don't know anything about Harry Potter, I'm like, go take this quiz I'm linking you to and tell me what house you get. I'm also very good at guessing what houses people are in, but I also feel that's kind of rude. So I don't usually I don't usually tell people.
It's impolite to tell people what Hogwarts house they're in.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff for the 20th anniversary.
I wrote like an article, so
yeah,
which was nice. So everyone go read it. Pimping myself out.
Dude, that article that you wrote is probably like, it's better than anything I've written in the past couple of months, because mine have all just been like episode reviews that I churn out because I have to. So to be fair, it's been a really crappy couple of months for me, busyness wise and everything. So
yeah, we're all gearing up. It's going to be Comic-Con soon, so
yeah.
I won't be there, but you guys will be there, and I will be like stuck on the back end hoping that nothing goes wrong with the site. That's how that I do it.
Well, to be fair, I as long as the Airbnb where I'm staying has decent internet, like I'm going to be busy, but I'm there as a pro, not as press. So I'm very, like I did last year, I am limiting what I actually have to do. And let's just hope that this year I don't get like falling down drunk 2 nights.
Why would you hope that? That sounds like a terrible idea. Do it.
What, to not get, I don't want to get falling down drunk.
No, do it. Do it. Do it. I'm the devil on your shoulder.
The problem is like my roommate from last year, Ashley, isn't going this year. So like I don't have a roommate that's going to be with me 24/7 that can help me upstairs at the end of the night. So
right. So you have to be responsible. Damn that adulthood thing. Remember when you were like a teenager and you'd just pass out wherever?
Yeah.
Which was not good. I mean, how did we not die? But Don't do that, kids.
To be honest, like I didn't like party that much when I was a teenager, so I have like very limited. There were up until I was maybe like 18, 19. There were very like few times where I actually did something so stupid that I look back and I'm like, "What the fuck, Tara?" But you know, once I turn 18,
every decision I make and just go, "Yeah, that was terrible." But that's fine because, you know, I've grown and become a better person-ish. All right, so moving on to the discussion, which starts with "ooh, Netflix" or "oh, Netflix," or no, I don't know. It's like
I think it was oh, Netflix.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, you know, I created this document not long after I created our notes doc, like not long after Sense8 was canceled, and so all I could think was like, "What the fuck? Sense8 is canceled, and 13 seasons or 13 reasons, 13 seasons why? 13 reasons why gets a second season?"
Yeah. Well, yeah. People are stupid, and they should watch Sense8.
Yeah, I mean, well, at least they announced the 2-hour special that's going to wrap things up. That's going to air next year.
That was the best news to wake up to.
Seriously, that was like this is probably the best thing I've heard all month. I mean, really, I was mostly because, you know, season 2 ended on such a cliffhanger. It's like, how can you? And I know that this show is so expensive to make. I know that, and I'm sure that there are other things that went into the decision for it to be canceled. But let's just hope that they do it justice. You know, with
I just want to know that Wolfgang's going to be okay.
I can't. There's like so many things I want from it that I know like 2 hours will never be able to fulfill. That all I ask is that they do it justice and give us an ending that won't leave people angry. You know what I mean? Like, or upset or whatever. Because, you know, dropping it the way they did with that huge cliffhanger at the end of the season was just like,
yeah,
they had to have known they were going to get so much backlash.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think that they really made a mistake, like announcing that in Pride Month too. Like that was on the nose. I don't think they really thought it through. I think they just like canceled a bunch of shows at the same time and just made that decision. Most of the time when these things happen, like they just don't think about the fan reaction, like because they're like I know a bunch of people will be upset, but they don't think about how that will impact like the like discussion about Netflix so much. Like
well, I think they underestimated the impact that this show had on so many people. You know, like I was saying to somebody earlier, you know, this show, it has its sad moments, it has conflict, it has bad things, like really bad and upsetting things happening, but it is still the most like beautifully uplifting show I've ever watched. Like in the same episode, I will be like crying like twice because something crappy happens and crying 5 times because there's something gorgeous going on.
I mean, that's what I really want from the final. Like, I want it to be uplifting. Like, I know it'll be depressing and, like, terrible things will happen. But,
yeah.
And I also kind of hope they don't do too much because, like, Netflix, I mean, because this show has so much going on. Like, I would really like them to, seeing as, like, it ended the way that it did, I would like them to kind of just finish that story.
Yeah.
Like, focus on that and do a 2-hour, like, movie about, you know, this one thing rather than trying to wrap up everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with it being like open on a few of the mysteries and stuff. Like if everything's not completely sorted out, but you know, I want it to end on an uplifting thing and like end on the idea that a hope that everything will be okay, even if everything is not quite okay yet.
Yeah. I definitely don't expect them to be able to like finish everything, but just don't leave us with this huge, like, holy crap, what is going to happen next cliffhanger? You know, like, please.
But while we're at it, everyone who hasn't seen Sense8, go watch it now. Like, just go watch it because it's amazing and you are missing out. You're a lesser person for not having watched it.
Yeah, especially now that they're absolutely going to wrap it up. Yeah, watch it, please. It's so good.
All right. Any other Netflix news?
I don't know. Did you guys watch the 3rd season of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
I did, but like more as like background.
Yeah. I like watched it. It was underwhelming. Like, it wasn't horrible. It just was not up to par with the first 2 seasons, in my opinion.
Erin?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was fine. But I always feel like comedies really reach their peak at about 3 seasons. And then after that, we're done. So I think it's probably hit its peak.
Yeah. I agree. I think that, I don't know, they could get more out of it, but I don't know. I'm hoping that they wrap it up. I hope they don't go more than 5 seasons. Like, I think even a really solid season 4 would be like a great way to wrap up the show. I hope they don't go more than 5 seasons because I can't see how it would possibly, like.
5 seasons should be the limit of most shows. Let's be real. Just 5 seasons.
Yeah,
most, especially those long form dramas like that, you just just go to 5 seasons and then end it. Everything that goes past 5 seasons always just is terrible.
I mean, it's most things, yes.
Most things.
Almost all things, but I think there are a few things that, you know, have made it past that 5 season mark, but it is kind of,
well, yeah, but it depends on the show.
Yeah. And I definitely think a lot of times people are just trying to stretch it too much. I think with Kimmy Schmidt, it's like, I almost feel like they could have done a really awesome season 3 if this had been their last season.
Yeah.
If it had been their last season, it would have been amazing. I absolutely believe that. But it wasn't, so it was lackluster. As far as it was still good TV compared to so many other things, but as far as Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt goes, it was lackluster.
Okay, cool. What about Glow? Who watched that? I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list, but I have no time for TV.
I watched it. It's in my recommendations. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll save it for that.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Whatever. It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's on my list. I want to see it. But. All right, summer TV. What are you watching?
Really? What even is still on? Like, American Gods ended last Sunday. Like, not this past Sunday, but the one before that. How did you guys feel about it?
I liked it as much as I liked the book.
Okay.
The book's not my favorite book, but the things that I love about the book, the TV show has done really well. And the things that I do not like about the book, the TV show has done not so well, because I just I didn't like that part. Like the like individual stories about the gods and stuff is great. Love them. Shadow stories, like, does anyone care?
Yeah, I'm keeping with Erin, you watched the show but haven't read the book, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, like, as a book reader, I'm kind of opposite from you, and well, maybe not opposite, but like, I thought it was a really good adaptation of the book, but I almost thought it was like too close. I feel like what they what they took exactly, and not the coming to America stories of the gods, but Shadow's story. It's like they followed it word for word, but I felt like they were dragging the scenes out. It's like if I'm reading a book and it takes me a minute to read a page, obviously it may take a little longer to play it out on screen, but I feel like they were really dragging some of these things out in order to stretch the season into 8 episodes and then stretch the book into what I'm guessing is probably going to be at least 3 seasons. I did enjoy some of the things they added, and I think that part of that was they did such a good job with it, and it was new information or new content, but it was still true to the general like story and everything. So unlike with other shows I watched that are taken from books, it was really enjoyable.
Well, I would say they did do one thing amazingly, and that is Laura Moon.
Yeah.
They took a character that is like a really tired cliche, sexist cliche, and they made her the best character on the show. So
yeah. And also like her little like sort of not so buddy road trip with Mad Sweeney and what's his name? Salim? Not Salim.
Yeah, I think it's Salim.
Yeah. That like it's not in the books at all, and it's good. You know what I mean? It adds just some sort of oomph that isn't there. And I really love the book, but I think it's telling that the things that they add, they're able to do them so well that I don't feel taken out of the story, and also they're more enjoyable than like the word for word adaptations of like the book pages. I don't know. Maybe that says more about me than about the show, but
I think that I mean, I like it. But yeah, the weakness is that Shadow is like a really bland character. And they haven't I want them to do to Shadow what they did to Laura Moon. I want them to make me care about him in a way that I just don't. And they haven't done that. And I don't care about the old gods fighting the new gods. Like I have zero interest in that.
Yeah.
I like meeting the gods. I quite like, the road trip thing, like him just like driving around meeting a whole bunch of gods. Enjoy that. No investment in who wins whatever this big battle of gods is.
Yeah. I think maybe a part of that comes from knowing what's going to happen. I don't know, Erin, as somebody who hasn't read the book, what do you think? Like, are you like invested in the story?
Yeah, I mean, I am. I think that I don't know. I'm with Vaughn. I kind of like the meeting the different gods. I am less invested in the war, but I think that as a book reader, without knowing what happens, that's probably a lot of people are probably invested.
Fair.
I
Okay.
think so.
Cool. So, American Gods, like, I mean, I'm going to keep watching it. I'm enjoying watching it. It's just, like, I'm not going to obsess over it and get, like, super into it or whatever.
Yeah. I was really thinking I would, too, because I really loved the book when I read it. But, I mean, I like blew through that book in less than a week. When I was traveling, no less. So like, yes, I had flights, but I also was like busy sightseeing and stuff. And I still read it in like 5 days. So yeah, I really expected to be way more obsessed with the show than I am. And I feel like that's kind of, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's almost kind of the general consensus. Like everybody I know enjoys it, but isn't, oh my God, I need to watch this as soon as it airs every week, like they are with like every other show.
I would say like I'm going to keep watching it and I'm enjoying watching it, but I'm not in the American Gods fandom. Like I'm.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And I don't, so which is kind of disappointing, but also like good TV is good TV. It's like, it's fun, it's nice to watch. And so as long as they keep kind of with what they're doing now, I'll probably keep enjoying it.
Well, and I mean, to be fair, a part of that may also be not even necessarily anything they're doing wrong, but it is a single book versus a comic book series or a book series. Even a book series that's finished, is 3 to 5 to 7 or more books long. There's just so much more. Whereas, this with American Gods, it's literally this one story and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that. But you know what is good though? iZombie. I love this show. It's my favorite show on TV.
I honestly think that they need to finish it with season 4, though. After the finale, like, okay, let's warn everybody. Have we all watched the season finale?
Oh no, I haven't seen it. So don't tell me.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I forgot. I haven't seen this week's episode. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, regardless, it's good. Personally, I think that they need to wrap it up with season 4. I think I would really rather have 4 good seasons of a good show than 5 or 6 or 7 seasons where, it was so good the first 3 or 4 seasons, and then after that it's like, eh. And I think if they wrap it up in a timely manner, it's going to be an overall just like really, I mean, it's been on tenterhooks the past 2 seasons. Like, are we going to get a season 3? Are we going to get a season 4? It may have even been that way for season 2. So I don't know. I love it so much, and I don't want to see it fall down that sort of well of
I don't want to lose.
I had that Blaine's dad moment. I don't want to see it fall down that well where it's like they just drag it out too long.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see them give it a solid end before it gets cancelled too. Rather than, because there's always that risk every year that it could get cancelled, and I don't want it to get cancelled on a cliffhanger.
I don't know, Erin, what do you think?
I don't want to limit the writers to saying, I think season 4 should be the last. I think that Rob Thomas is a creative, intelligent guy. And, there are a lot of changes that happen in the season finale. And I'm willing to see where they take it. I don't know. It's not going to be the same show, but I don't know. I'm not going to.
Don't spoil it. Okay. I don't want to say anything. Okay. Go.
Yeah,
we'll move on so that you guys don't accidentally spoil it for me.
I would not. I would never. But yeah, it is good. At least know that.
I'm excited. I haven't had time to watch it yet. I want to do that
tonight.
So,
speaking of zombies, I know, Erin, you and I started out, what was it, 2 years ago, sharing the Fear the Walking Dead reviews, and we were both like, ugh. What even with this show? Have either of you watched it since then?
No.
So it's actually really good. It started picking up in the second season, but the second half of the second season and the first, at least, really now the first 5 episodes of the third season, they're better than the last season of The Walking Dead, possibly better than season 6, probably better than season 6. There was a weird thing that happened this past Sunday where there was a scalping thing, this pseudo scalping, and there was a Native American character involved. So I'm a little bit very concerned about that. I'm kind of side-eyeing them. But I did talk to a few people, including people, friends of mine, people of color who had questions and issues with this show before, but who really enjoy it now. And they've kind of said, listen, I don't really like what they did in this episode, but I want to watch it at least through this first half of the season to see how it, what they do with it and how it goes. But yeah, like it's not on a I would want to review this every week, level, but I'm very pleasantly surprised with how good it is now versus how bad season 1 was. That doesn't even sound right. That sounds like I'm comparing it to season 1. I think that the show, if you can get through a slow first season, the second and third seasons are very worth watching. If you like the Walking Dead mythos, we'll put it that way, because obviously it's not, there's no characters that it shares with, the original show. So
fair. I will probably not watch it, but I'm glad that it's getting better.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It's like it was so bad that first season, and I was bored. Like last fall, I was bored, and I was like, "What have I not watched?" I guess I'll like see what happened on Fear the Walking Dead. It's like something to put on the TV. I don't really have to pay attention to it. And then like the more I watched, the more into it I got, until I think there was one night I stayed up, like I had like 3 or 4 episodes left, and I was like, I can't stop watching.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Yeah, which was shocking. Again, based on the first season. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but it definitely has ended up a lot better than I thought it was originally.
That is exciting. Oh, look, we can move on to movies now, which means we can talk about Wonder Woman, which was amazing. Everyone seen it?
Yes.
Yay. Did everyone else weep tears of joy watching it?
Yes.
No.
I did. No.
No.
Well, I did. I wept from start to finish, probably. Did we love it?
Did you not love it, Erin? Or did you not like it?
I didn't love it. I thought it was good. But yeah, I think I always have a critical eye for casting, and I thought that there were some casting letdowns, and
I'll agree with that.
So that
who do you think was a casting letdown?
I actually think that Gal Gadot is a just mediocre Wonder Woman. I think that she is which is fine. I understand. That's kind of the character, but I don't know. I wasn't extremely thrilled. I know it's unpopular opinion, but
I mean, I don't know. Like personally, like I liked her just fine as Wonder Woman. Does that mean like I don't necessarily believe that she is the end all be all casting decision. Nobody else could have been Wonder Woman. I'll agree with that. I liked her just fine. I did have other David Thewlis was just weird.
Okay, that was the weakest point of the movie, 100%.
Yeah. Like the whole time I was just like, okay.
But, I mean, I was skeptical. I was not on Team Gal Gadot until I saw that movie. I was like, yeah, she's like, I was underwhelmed, but she totally won me over in the movie. I thought she was delightful and charming and gorgeous. She totally won me over completely.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like, listen, I loved her in that movie. But again, like, do I think that they're
that could have been
end all be all of Wonder Woman casting? No, but
no. I thought she did an amazing job with the story, and I thought I just loved that.
But I was with you. I was like every like 10 minutes there was something like the when they're on the island and they're all training, when they're on the island and they're all fighting, when she is walking across,
no man's land.
I was like it was like that moment when Rey when the lightsaber goes to Rey, and you just spend the rest of the movie sitting there with tears streaming down your face, because like this is something we should have had for
Honestly,
so long.
I know, because like it came up on the screen and they had the Amazons all like doing their like training practice, and they were all wearing these like really skimpy outfits, but it was not shot, like the camera wasn't leering at them in any way, and it was just like, what is this? I don't feel uncomfortable watching women on television. Like
I didn't even feel like, yes, they were skimpier outfits, but I like my take on it was like this: they're wearing this so they can move more freely. And in some instances, yeah, you could have been wearing leggings or something, and it would have worked just fine as well. But it
they're not practical,
it wasn't
but
sexualized.
No, yeah, that's the thing. But that was to do with the way that they shot it more than anything. Like if there'd have been a male director, 100% there would have been like shots going up their bodies, like, you know, in like a really like their like sexy way. But it was never like that. Like, and that was just so refreshing and amazing that I was just like, I was in tears and just like, wow, this is amazing. How did this not happen? How has it taken this long to happen? And I keep thinking about all the little girls going to see that and like having Wonder Woman be their first superhero and just like crying again randomly.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to try to take my nieces to see it, but with everything that happened this month, I just didn't get. When I was up in South Carolina, I didn't have time. But I mean, it's kind of like when I took my niece to see Force Awakens, and again, Rey caught that lightsaber, and it was like this sort of like epitome. She was like, she gets the lightsaber, and I was like, yes, like.
Yeah.
Can we just have a million? Like, can all the movies be? Oh no, probably not, because they're gonna get like 60 more Batman movies, and God knows how many more fucking Spider-Man movies.
Oh no, they'll probably like. I was talking to my friend the other day. They'll see how successful Wonder Woman is and go, "Do you know what we should do? Make a lot of World War I movies."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's just, you know, it's amazing because they keep coming out with the, you know, Wonder Woman does really well, and it's like, which no one would be shocked by except for like executives.
Well, I mean, I think that Wonder Woman doing well, it was never about it being a female-led superhero movie, and always about the quality of that movie. Like,
well, I mean, I think Wonder Woman would have done well if it was terrible, because we've been waiting for a Wonder Woman movie for 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
So it's an added bonus that it's actually a good movie. Like, that is,
I mean, I don't even know if added bonus is the way to put it. It's kind of it's like a catharsis.
Yes. It's just like, wow, this can be done. We can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it 3 times and I've cried every time. So
I have not seen it 3 times, but because it came out in like the worst month ever for me, like timing wise, busyness wise, whatever. But I if I had time, I would have gone to see it again, because I feel like
it's better the second time too.
There were things I missed. Yeah. I mean, let's be fair. It doesn't help that I am like as attracted to Chris Pine as I am to Gal Gadot, so it's like, which one am I more attracted to? Probably Gal.
They're both so great.
Like, yeah,
this is like peak Chris Pine, by the way. This is the role that Chris Pine should just play all the time. He should be the romantic love interest for every girl movie. Like, he's really good. Like, that is where he's at. Remember when he was in Princess Diaries? He keeps trying to do all these other things, and I'm like, I just don't buy it. But romantic love interest, totally buy it.
Have you ever seen the Lindsay Lohan movie he was in?
Oh my god, yeah, I watched that the other day.
Lucky something.
Just My Luck, I think it was, or something.
And he was the love interest in that too. Like, she was really the main character, and he was good in that.
Yeah. Chris Pine should be the love interest in movies. That's his role.
He's not great as like a main character Star Trek, but
Yeah. I mean, you just don't buy him as like a Lothario, to be honest. Like, he's a nice dude. And you're like, yes, I can see you being a nice dude who would respect a lady and fall in love with her.
You know, he was actually, did you guys see the SNL that he was on?
No.
Did you see it, Erin?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Did you like it? I was surprised. Like, Duke can sing. They had him singing constantly.
Did you not see him in Into the Woods, which was a terrible movie, but his scene in Into the Woods is literally a masterpiece.
Like, as somebody who's seen that musical like live, I have a thing about movie musicals, like actual musicals that they make into movies. There are very few that I think I would.
Don't watch the whole movie. Don't watch the whole movie. Just look
him.
up Chris Pine's scene in it.
Okay.
Because he plays the prince and he does Agni, and it is literally the most amazing thing. Like, he is the only good thing in that whole movie, and it is worth watching that movie for 2 hours to see that. My favorite thing about Wonder Woman is watching everyone reevaluate their like ranking of the Chris's.
Yeah. I don't know how I would rank them.
I mean, Chris Pine was at the bottom, and then I saw Wonder Woman. I was like, do you know what? He's got to be bumped up.
He's at least above Chris Hemsworth.
No, Chris Hemsworth's top of my list.
Oh, see, yeah. That may be because you're Australian. No, really, though, I think...
Erin?
I think mine is like Chris Evans, just slightly over Chris... Jesus Christ.
Pratt?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, just slightly over Chris Pratt because Chris Evans is a Patriots fan. And then Chris Pine, and then Chris Hemsworth. Sorry. Not sorry.
Mine like changes like randomly all the time, so I don't know if I could have a definitive, but Chris Pratt would probably be at the bottom of my list. So not that I would like deny any of the Chris's. Like, I would take any of them.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's not like it's not really like you don't get kind of a bum Chris. Like, they're all good.
That's what I was gonna say. You guys are all ranking them, and I'm just like, they're all kind of on the same wavelength to me. So,
but I feel like it sort of says a lot about a person how they rank their Chris's. It's kind of like finding out someone's Hogwarts house. It's like, what's your favorite Chris? And they're like, oh, I like this one, and you're like,
well, I also feel like
you might have a point there.
Is married, like so happily married, and I don't know as if any of the rest of them are. So like when I say Chris Pratt is like second, I kind of
Chris Hemsworth is married and has kids.
Okay, well, he's at the bottom of my list, so it doesn't matter anyway, I guess. But like Chris Pratt is like I feel like as attractive as he is, I would more just want to be like BFFs with him. Like, we could cause some drama together, like some ruckus. Chris Evans, though, we would have some Patriots love. Oh.
I feel like Chris Evans is the kind of dude you take home to your parents. Like, he seems like that dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My parents would love him. And also, if I had been able to watch the Patriots win the Super Bowl this year the way they did with him, my life would be like 8,000 stars. I just...
Fair. All right. So, Wonder Woman. I'm an from Erin and a thumbs up from me and Tara.
Yeah. I don't know, Erin, did you not, like, other than Gal Gadot, did you not, like, enjoy it at all? Or, like, I don't know.
I did. I mean, I thought it was well done. I'm very picky with movies, and I just don't think that it's like that everybody says that it is. That's not to say that I didn't like it. I did. And I thought it was very, very well done. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I had too high of expectations. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had really low expectations. I think everyone did. They were like, this is going to be terrible. And we went in there and we went, this is actually a really good movie. Like, did you guys expect that? Did anyone expect that? That's amazing. I'm really super, like, worried about what's going to happen with Justice League now, but, you know, we'll see. I will watch it because of Wonder Woman, but...
Did you hear that they're doing, like, tons of reshoots?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, of course, at the same time, I'm like worried about it because it's Joss Whedon now. And whereas I wouldn't have been worried about it before, I did actually read the articles about the original Wonder Woman script that he wrote. So now I'm like, oh, should I be excited that they're adding more Wonder Woman or worried?
I read that script. Yeah, and it was awful. It was genuinely the worst thing ever. I would 100% trust Joss Whedon more than I trust Zack Snyder, though. So, I don't know how much actual creative control he has over this movie because I think it's still kind of Zack Snyder's vision. And Zack Snyder is terrible. Like, he's terrible. I don't know why they keep letting him make movies. Like, all of his movies suck, and they keep giving him movies, and everyone's like, this movie sucks. And they're like, okay, but let's give him another $300 million. And you're like, what? But okay, whatever, you know? So yeah, I would like Joss has got his issues, and he's like, yeah, he's fucked up a fair few times, and he hasn't really kind of moved forward with feminism. But yeah, I think he is better than Zack Snyder.
Fair enough. All right, upcoming events.
The big one.
Yeah, like at this point, like as much as I keep trying to focus on, no, that's a lie. I keep focusing on Dragon Con and ignoring the fact that San Diego Comic-Con is in 3 weeks. Nobody else is ignoring it, right, Erin?
Right, yes. San Diego Comic-Con begins 3 weeks from today. And we have 6 people from the Geekiary attending. Crazy. Will be fun. And we do have 2 webcasts coming up in preparation for San Diego Comic-Con. Our first one is actually this weekend.
No, next weekend. Oh my God, you scared me.
July 8th, sorry. It is our new attendee webcast. So if you have never attended or want to attend or have attended and just want to get hyped for San Diego Comic-Con, check out the new attendee webcast on July 8th. And then, of course, we will have our preview night special live from San Diego on Wednesday, July 19th. So
I'm excited I'll actually be there for that this year.
Yeah, we're gonna have some.
Barring my flight being 3 hours delayed, I will be there.
Yeah, we're getting together for some cold beers and cheeseburgers at a restaurant called Cold Beers and Cheeseburgers before the webcast. So we should be nicely
full of cold beers and cheeseburgers when you're. I'm jealous. I want cold beers and cheeseburgers.
I'm gonna need you to like.
I thought of you, Vaughn, when I said that. I was like, yeah, Vaughn should be there.
I'm gonna need one of you to send me a picture of the menu, and I will say, hey, could you order me this to go, and I'll pay you in cash when I meet you for the webcast in case, because like my flight gets in at like 1:25 or something, and you guys are meeting at 2. So between getting my checked bag and getting to my Airbnb and checking in, I don't think I'm gonna make it, but I want these cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can
send one to Australia?
We might be able to figure something out. I don't know how fresh it would be or edible, really, but
it's fine. I'll just sit at home. It'll be breakfast time for me anyway, so I'll be like having my coffee, going, oh, they're all drunk eating cheeseburgers.
I'll track down Chris Hemsworth, and I'll be like, can you take this to Vaughn on your flight back to Australia?
Thank you. Can you take this? Right. Okay. Anything else?
But, again, San Diego, it's coming fast. It's getting stressed.
It's like
Yeah.
a train.
It's crazy.
I'm stressed because I'm ignoring it. Like, I have things I should be planning and I'm just not.
Who plans for things? I don't do that anymore. I don't think about the future. What time is it? I don't know.
Yeah. That's Comic-Con for me this year.
Yeah. On a personal note, I have a new podcast. Sorry, you don't need to see more of my face. A new
Your
podcast.
face is amazing.
I am co-hosting called Savage Culture, and we're hoping to premiere sometime in July. Should be fun.
Oh, who are you co-hosting
Brutally
with?
honest. My friend who is a professor, so a professor and a blogger, we're going to offer brutally honest commentary on current events and pop culture. So if you're like me and you have unpopular movie opinions,
start it with I didn't like Wonder Woman and see how much hate maybe we get.
Yeah. So that's happening. And
that's exciting.
No, yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
I have nothing. Oh, no, wait. Dunkirk premieres on the 21st of July. So while you guys are at Comic-Con, I will be seeing Harry Styles drown. So.
Oh, I mean, this could be an event. I am reviewing the Game of Thrones premiere. What? I said I would never review
a whole
another
paragraph on Jon Snow's hair, please.
Yeah, I said I would never review a Game of Thrones episode ever again. Stephanie, who is our, at this point, sole Game of Thrones reviewer, will be traveling that night from Hawaii to, California for Comic-Con and other things. And she was looking for somebody to review it. And she asked me, and at first I said no. And then I was like, wait a minute, yes. Because it's been... I haven't reviewed an episode since sometime in season 5. It's going to be an absolutely ridiculous, snarky review, I'm sure. And it's the only one I'm going to write this season. So, and hopefully ever again. So stay tuned for the vast amount of snark that I will spew over this nonsense.
I feel like between the lot of us, we're quite bitter pop culture lovers here. Do we actually like this?
Listen, I like it when it's quality. Like Walking Dead, man. I stuck with Walking Dead way longer than I should have because of how popular it was and how much I kept hoping that they would do things justice. But in the end, like when this season ended and I was like, I'm never reviewing this show again. That was the most relief I've felt in a long time. In terms of writing anyway, like when things get bad, you should call them out on that,
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I feel like too many people are, I mean, really, we're kind of small beans, but too many people are afraid to say this is shit,
Unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
Well, the internet sucks, and Twitter is a bad place. So I don't like giving opinions on anything because people are the worst. I give opinions in like group chats and at the pub with my friends. I have really strong opinions, and I get on the internet and I'm like, I'm neither positive nor negative about this thing that you are talking about. Please don't come at me.
Yes.
I mean, Erin, you're starting a whole podcast dedicated to hating on things that are popular. So, well, I don't know.
No,
that's not the right
hating on things.
Yeah, critiquing popular things. There we go. Is that what it is?
It's just talking honestly and frankly about things that I think that we all get swept up into mass opinions a lot, and sometimes you don't think of things as objectively as you should, or, you know, so just kind of a different take.
Fair,
I think.
fair. Okay, so
We'll see how it
recommendations.
goes.
Apart from Erin's podcast, which is coming.
I'll talk about Glow. I'll talk about Glow now. Glow on Netflix. It's a new show. It stands for Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and it is very good. It is a dramedy, and it has it's actually quite an empowering show, in my opinion. It's basically an all-female cast, and it takes place in the 80s. So there are great clothes, great hair, great makeup, which is a little bit superficial of me to say, but it's very good. Storylines are great, and so you should watch it. 10 episodes. It's a quick watch.
And they're like 30 minutes too.
They're more like 40. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like normal. I want to say like they're like 35 average ish. Regardless, it's like there's no commercials, so it's, you know. I will say though, I don't think it's like shallow or whatever to say that they have great clothes and great makeup and everything, because let's be honest, like the fact that they have those things and it's still a good show is A++, because there's also shows like, you know, Game of Thrones, where it's like, I hate most of the things they do, but hey, the costumes are great. So.
Okay, that's fair.
You can win awards for costumes, so I say it's a legit thing to like things for.
Well, I always look at the makeup, because I do freelance makeup artistry on the side, so I'm always nitpicking makeup. So it's great makeup on Glow.
Excellent. Well, my recommendation is Black Sails, because it's my new favorite show and I love it and it's amazing. And I never thought I would ever say this about something that was produced by Michael Bay, and I feel like I am portraying myself completely, but I don't know what happened.
How far are you into it, out of curiosity?
I just finished season 3.
Okay. Because I have to ask, I watched like 5 episodes of season 1 and I had to stop because the rape was like seriously disturbing. Like it was constant.
That's what happens is, that's what I think actually happened is, like, the first season, while it's still a good show, is like very male gazing, right? And there's one character that just gets raped continuously through the whole thing, and it's disgusting, and you're just like, what is going on? Why is this happening? That doesn't happen after season 2.
Okay.
And it's just like, it gets super queer, and it's all about revolution. And it's all about sad pirates, and it's all about their emotional journeys. And like, there's like love, queer love can save the day, and then they want to be free from like oppressive rule of England, and like it's great. And yeah, there's like considerably, like, there's no rape after season 1.
Okay, because see, like that was kind of it wasn't. It's not that I wanted to love this like pirate show, and I actually reviewed the first like 4 episodes for the Geekiary, and then I watched the 5th one and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It was so much, just personally it upset me. It definitely like required trigger warnings out the wazoo. So but I've heard so many people like love it still in the later seasons. So
yeah, no, I mean, everyone I know is like, look, the first season is like what you would expect. Like the characters are still great, and the story, like, but yeah, it's very, very male gazing. There's lots of like just random nudity and like rape and stuff. And then I don't know what happens. Like, I think they just showed the first season to Michael Bay and he went, fair enough, and let them do whatever they wanted. Because it just like switches, and it's like this really progressive and interesting show with these amazing characters that like deals with all these amazing issues, and like just like about face gaze the main male character, and like it's so great.
By the way, I was rolling my eyes, and I didn't want anybody who's actually watching this to think I was rolling my eyes at you. I was rolling my eyes at this cat. So she keeps trying to. Like,
you could roll your eyes at me. I am very enthusiastic about.
But that's good to know. No, that's good to know, because like I wanted so bad to like that show, and I just could not. So is the first season like worth getting through?
I think that you have to watch it because it sets up important stuff, right?
Okay.
Like that's like, because I'd be like, just skip it, but like all the character stuff that is super important in all the later seasons is set up in season 1. Yeah, I mean, you can just fast forward any of the parts where they're raping, and you don't need to see that. None of that is important. Maybe if I like go through, I might go through and just like say when the rape happens so that everyone can just like skip it and be like, this is shit, don't watch that, skip to this point. Because
actually I would love that guide. Can we create that?
I would do
it. The guide to what you can avoid
in Black Sail season 1, because it's just it's very, it's what you imagine like a Michael Bay show about pirates would be, and then it just so different. It's great.
All right, so me, I finally gave in to the suggestions that I received from so many people, and I started reading the Expanse book series that the sci-fi show The Expanse is based on. I am actually almost done. It's been about 2.5 weeks, and I'm almost done with the 3rd one. And these are like 600-page books. So I got to the point where I was halfway done with this one, and I had to order the 5th and 6th ones off Amazon, because also I'm a stickler. I cannot pay $10 for an ebook. I will pay $12 for a physical book before I will pay more than $3 for an ebook. So anybody who is a fan of The Expanse and enjoys reading, I will tell you the show is doing an amazing job of adapting this series. It really is. I'd heard that before. There are so many differences, but I don't even want to say that reading it and watching it are different experiences, because in a lot of ways they aren't. But you can enjoy both separately, which is so rare for adaptations. Who knows if that'll continue? But I really hope it does, because they're doing a really good job. I hope they don't screw it up. So
I think it is important to note that the 2 authors of the books are very hands-on and involved in the TV production. So that's always, I think, a good sign.
And also for those who are interested in reading the series, right now there are 5 books out. They published the first one, I want to say, in 2011. And the last one was published just last year. So they've been putting a book out about every year and a half. And I don't know how many are going to be in the series, maybe 7 or 8, but they are very timely with their books. So there's no waiting 5 or 6 or more years for the next one.
It's always a risk when you start a series. They may never finish it.
Oh, I plowed through the first 2 books in the King Killer Chronicles series in like a week and a half, and then realized there was nothing else.
Yeah, that's always the worst. All right, does anyone have a question? Because I do not. feel like, you know, we put a lot to do this month. Like, we'll just.
Okay, actually, I'll have a question. What was a fun thing about Pride Month for you? It is June. It is Pride Month. What was a fun thing about Pride Month for you?
The little rainbow emojis on Facebook.
I agree. I got to go to the like opening party for gay days at like the biggest gay bar in Orlando, and that was fun.
Nice.
Especially it being Orlando and it being like this year, you know, a year after Pulse and everything. Seeing the city, I mean, obviously how they came together after it all happened last year, but seeing the way they have, thanks Rigby, how you doing? Seeing the way they have really just like focused on it and celebrated it and not let it define them in a negative, like not let it define the city in a negative way has been, it's been really nice.
Nice.
So
cool. All right. Well, I guess that's all we're doing. I guess I am Vaughn, and I am here along with Tara and Erin. Thank you for joining us for Feelings with the Geekiary. Remember, we are a free webcast run off donations from viewers like you. So thank you for contributing to our host site, the Geekiary. And we will see you next month after Comic-Con, if no one has died.
It would be me that would die.
Bye.